Hey guys, have you ever been mid-print on your QIDI Tech printer and you wanted to leave the room or leave the house and make sure that your printer's still going okay and that you're not having any issues with the print? Well, most of the QIDI printers, at least the older ones, didn't have a camera. So today I'm going to show you how to install a camera inside of this printer. This is specific towards the QD printers. I'm going to be doing another video coming up on just setting up a standalone USB camera with a clipper install. So if you're looking for that, that'll be coming up pretty soon. This is Rob with 3D Printscape. So if you saw my last video, it was basically covering a mess that I made because I left my printer alone. And I mentioned that I was going to get a camera for this printer. So I did that. I got the camera in. So we're going to go ahead and do a quick unboxing, which I'm expecting to just be pretty simple, probably just a camera, and then go through the installation process. I'll cover basically everything you need to do to install the actual camera itself and get it working with the slicer software. And to keep this video short and kind of on point, I'll be doing a separate video covering how to set up the QIDI app to allow you to actually monitor the print remotely. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. We're going to start with the quick unboxing, then we're going to go through the install process. And if you guys have any questions about what I'm covering, just go ahead and leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm not expecting much to be in the box, but we'll go ahead and do a quick unboxing here. All right, so first we have their instructions, some cable ties, and the camera itself, more cable ties, and the actual wiring. So it's just going to be an adapter to the camera and USB. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the install. All right, so the first thing we want to do here is go ahead and loosen these screws so that you can actually slide it on. You shouldn't be able to see any of the screw through the slot here. And then go ahead and connect our cable on the bottom. You'll see the actual slot right there where you plug the cable into. This does only plug in one way, so if you don't have it the right way, don't force it. Just switch it around. All right, now that the cable's attached, let's go ahead and attach it to the rail. So we'll basically attach it to this top rail right here in the front of the printer. It's going to slide right on, and we're going to put it as close to the front of the printer as we can so it sits flush on the rail and even with the actual front support. So basically just take this and slide it on. And then slide it forward so that when it's flush against this rail, it slides all the way forward and stops. And then tighten down the screws. All right, now that the camera's in place, there's going to be a little plastic cover piece over it. Just pull that right off, just the screen protector for the lens itself. And then we're going to jump to the back of the printer. All right, next we're going to have to take this back panel off here to expose the main board. If you have filament in here, we're going to have to take the filament out. So I'm just going to disconnect it here. Just pull out this pin and pop this out. And then just going to pop this out. All right, now with that removed, we've got to take out these screws here. So basically going around the metal panel. All right, now that that's off, you basically have access to the board itself. there's a USB port right behind this one right here. We're going to just run the cable from inside the printer just down along the bottom and feed it through so that we can plug it in. And then we'll worry about the cable management once we close everything back up. All right, so now the cable should pop through this little hole right here. And then just go ahead and pull it through a little bit and just plug it right in. And then once that's done, you have a couple choices. You can either go ahead and do the cable management now inside of the enclosure itself. Just zip tie the cables in place where you want them and then pull the extra slack through and then just zip tie it back here. Or you could just close this up now and just run the cables afterwards and kind of zip tie the extra inside. I'm going to run the cables inside now and then just pull any extra slack so it's a little bit cleaner. All right, so I zip tied the cables in there a little bit. Let me go ahead and just finish pulling this through. Then I'm basically going to fold this like this, put one of the zip ties around it, push it down in there, then trim the zip tie off, then we'll put the cover back on. When you put in the cover back on, just make sure that you're lining everything and making sure that the wires aren't going to get caught. So this has to go down a little bit under, and this has to make sure that it's going through this gap here. All right, now that that's done, we can go put the filament back on. And then you can push the filament through now, or you can just wait until you actually load it. Either way, if you already have filament in there, it gives you two options, but I'm just going to leave it for now because I'm not actually going to do a print because of the state of the printer. I still have to swap out that board. All right, so let's go ahead and jump over to inside of the printer really quick. I'll show you what I did with the cable management, and then we'll go ahead and go down to the computer so I can show you how to actually connect the camera in the QIDI app. Hopefully this light's good enough so you can be able to see this, but I just got the zip tie connected to this black and red cable here, and then feeding down, running straight back, and then I'm connecting it to the other USB cable that's in the back coming out the same port and pulling it tight. That way we don't have much slack on the line and that it's out of the way. You really just got to make sure that it's clear of any movement when the printer is operating. All right, guys, so now that the camera is actually connected, let's go into the QIDI slicer. So this is just the prepare section. You can see I have my X-Plus 3 selected. Go over to devices. You should automatically get this loaded. If not, make sure to add or edit your printer. If you need to edit it, if it's not loading, you can just click here and make sure your IP is correct and then hit test. You should get a OK. All right, now you can see it has a camera here, but it's not showing anything yet. So we got to configure that. So we need to go into settings, then go to camera, and then add camera. Then give it a name. And the default settings should be fine by default. I would leave everything else like that until you actually have a need to change it. So just go ahead and leave it here and hit add. All right, that really should be it. So let's go ahead and jump back over to the dashboard or home to verify that we're loading the camera. And you can see here that it is, and then if you have more than one cameras, you can switch between them, but it's just the one. But this will allow you to access your print from anywhere. You can access the slicer or the QIDI software if you have that set up. All right, guys, so that covered the install process, showed you how to do the physical installation plus connect to it with the QIDI slicer so you can see what's going on inside your printer while it's printing. I'm going to do a video next covering how to set up the QIDI app on your phone so that you can actually connect and monitor the print while you're away from home. I also bought a couple new printers. I'll be doing videos on those coming up in the next couple weeks. Just depends how long it'll take to get here, really. But if you have any questions about what I covered today or would like to see any other videos, go and leave a comment below or join us on Discord. Thanks.